Welcome back, boys and some girls. I was playing Minecraft in space and suddenly I had the idea to try to make some cool big build. So I did. First I had to think what I actually wanted to even build. So I started messing with some random items in the game until I landed on a very interesting item, the big bow. I instantly got Rocket League vibes and started thinking about how I'm going to actually make this project. First I had to choose the location, because you can't terraform No Man's Sky, not permanently at least. I didn't want to make a floating arena like everybody else makes, the whole houses in the sky, but I still needed somewhat normal terrain, because I want to make the arena interesting yet fair. And I think I picked a good space. Luckily for me, there was an S-rank power source nearby. I started by defining the play area itself and bordering it with walls and adding some platforms to form the actual stand where people will sit and watch the game. My bad. Building proved to be very hard, not because of the size, obviously the size matters, but not because of the size, mainly because of the strict and unexplained rules of building in No Man's Sky. I was trying so hard to find the correct angle to place one single platform for about 5 minutes. You can see it all throughout my streams if you just watch it. Just keep doing the same platform for so long because you don't know the specific rules that you need to actually place said platform in a specific way. This problem happens because No Man's Sky prioritizes choosing farther platforms rather than closer ones. So let's say I aim at the camera right now, right? So No Man's Sky would choose the TV that's behind the camera, not the camera itself. That's how No Man's Sky, it should target the camera, but it doesn't. I realized pretty fast that this project is not a one-day work, and I was looking for more help from the community without any real luck, until a very kind soul came to help me with building the stand so I can focus on the electrical work. For the electrical work, I plan to make a working scoreboard with numbers 00 to 99, a number that gets updated every time somebody scores a goal automatically. Background music that can be turned off or on, as well as lighting for night game. I tried making the scoreboard, but you cannot place two cables to the same cube because power in No Man's Sky flows in all directions, so I had to make it that after every cube I place a switch that will prevent the power from transferring to the next cube and solving the problem. However, this just created a new problem. Each time you want to show a number, you have to turn on manually all the switches in line. So for example, number 1 has 9 cubes, meaning you have to do 9 switches. Annoying, but somewhat bearable, right? Now when you do number 8, you have to do 33 switches. So nope. This is where I said just nope, no way, I will manually do this all the time, it's not gonna happen. So I started thinking of a better solution, and I found one. I used one switch that went into an automated switch, and the automated switch fed right back to the first one. So the switch before it jumpstart the connection, and then they just jumpstart each other, and after a few seconds all the switches are turned on with just one switch that you manually turned on. Pretty smart, huh? Smart guy. No. It brought me right again to the first problem, because the moment the power came from different cube that got power, but the different line that didn't get any power and didn't need to get any power because it wasn't acting to make like the number 2 for example, then it got through the cube back to the line, and then it jump started the whole line, and then that number got lined up too, and then the next one. Basically I turned on the whole scoreboard just lit up. So I just gave up on all of this and I went to vent the terrain. I just flattened everything inside the arena. I started to work on other parts of the stadium, like the goals, and I made a prototype of the goal where the ball falls in and the sign lights up, and it worked pretty easy. I wanted to try to make it so each time the ball falls in the hole, the losing team will lose 1 health. The health is going to be symbolized by either an X or an O, but I gave up pretty fast on the idea because you can't save memory, you can't do anything, so I just gave up. It's not working. And as I'm writing this script, I kind of have an idea of building a wrestling arena that automatically shows when you're pinned down for too long on the ground. Forget that, back to the main subject. I built a scoreboard with 3 X's and 3 O's on it. They indicated the team's life, how much life they have remaining. I also needed a control room for that, so I built the control room right above the scoreboard, where I can see everything and just turn on and off all the switches, whatever I need. I tried to mess up with the platforms a bit, but eventually I gave up because it was already like 7 hours of stream. So I just stopped and continued working offline, where I mainly built the bulk of the stands all around the stadium. Obviously, when I went offline, I did it longer, so I knew how to make it easier, and eventually just got the hang of it, and that's it. The next day we were back and ready to actually finish this. This time we were mostly finishing everything we already started the previous day. That means 360 stands, the whole roof, as well as adding a proper teleport to this massive creation so I can upload this space and people can actually teleport in here. Because so far the base parts are at about 5.3k, 5.2 or 3k, something like that, but you can already get 3k available as the maximum. And I'm still not finished, I can add some more stuff. I also added a maintenance path so I can hang lamps and the speakers on and connect them to control room, of course. Besides that, I also made some VIP areas, and by that part the game started freaking out and phasing in and out whenever I looked left or right. To be honest, logging into the game fixed it, but I was kind of afraid after that I don't know how much I can add more, because the game maybe would crash forever. So I just stopped adding like massive parts to the build and started working on another entrance to the stadium, as well as the whole lobby for the stadium, stuff a bit further away that will enhance the whole project, not specifically the stadium itself. So I created a wider way from the teleport into the stadium. I lined it, decorated it, added some lights, and I have to say, it turned out to be great. Even after all this, I want to add more to this. It's not 100% complete, but it's definitely ready for the public. So if you wish to use it, go ahead. With all that said, here's the tour of the place, start to finish. So welcome to the car stadium tour. I just took a teleport back to my base and then here so it can actually look cool when I'm spawning in. Basically, whenever a new player is gonna come in, I want you to follow the light, but don't die. Just follow the lights. You can see the nice spaceship wing inside the building, and you're gonna get the welcome to the stadium. This is like a nice place. You can ask for help. You can park your spaceship up ahead. You can see I built a bridge. We can make it as long as we want and make as many spaceship landing we want. Nice view. I have to say I like this view. This is why I made it here. This is a nice bridge that actually make it so you can see. If you look to your right, you can see the whole stadium. If you look to your left, you can see the ocean and my Colossus truck. Oh, and don't forget about my spaceship floating over there. Then you go into the lobby. You can actually see the ticketing booth. Before you do that, don't forget to see the weird T-Rexes, stones, cactuses, and the annoying wind. Now you have to go basically to the ticket that you have, depending on what ticket you have, because they lead to different places, kind of. The two on the left lead to the same place, but the two on the right lead to the other entrance. When you come in, you can see the whole giant play area, basically. Now, not all the stands are finished with sofa on them, just one for the concept, because it's taking so long. But basically you can sit wherever you want. All the seats are sittable. You can sit and you can basically just enjoy the view of the game. I try to keep it so nothing is behind us, because if something is behind us like this wall right here, you cannot see through it, because first person doesn't work when you sit. So yeah, it was kind of annoying to get the whole back one. I wanted to close it in the back, but I can't because it has to be this way. Now this is more like the operation area. This is why it's mostly red and empty. I needed this whole place up there to just do the whole sign and electricity and cabling, switches, whatever. These stairs were a pain to place there, but eventually I got everything done. This is my personal power. Obviously I need to hide the cables, and these are the switches that turn on the scores. So you can either calculate each like timeout or whatever. Each time you fail, you like light up 1x or you take 1x, whatever you want. Same for the circles or the O's, however you want to call them. And yeah, one switch control both sides. You can do whatever you want. This is just me showing you that, as I just said, you can do whatever you want. These switches, one of them is for the light, the one that's currently on is the light, the one that's left. Yep, it signals either the start of the game or the stop of the game, something wrong, so you can actually signal to everybody in the arena to stop. It's like a 360 volume, there is speakers all around. This is just, again, you knowing that. This is your entrance. You kind of saw me creating, but you didn't really see the end result. I like this very much. The lighting fits perfectly. The fact that I use like half slabs for the windows instead. Mwah, chef's kiss. Now it's just me going back to the entrance to show you this is like a full circle. This is also how you exit, by the way. There is no like different exit. Maybe I should make one. Now when you go back in, it's just stands. You can see it's not completely finished. I still need to put all the like supports in the back and that, but I don't know because it's gonna interfere with the settings that there is not any here, so I'm just doing any excuses, but oops. You can see the lighting on the ceiling, pretty nice. When you sit still it actually helps you, but when you're moving a lot it's not, because the game takes 100 years to load anything. This is like the VIP area basically. It's not much of a place to watch the game. I mean, you can definitely watch the game from here. You can sit down, whatever you want, and just watch the game. You're not gonna get the full, like, as much as the other players, because most of the people who are here are just not here to really watch the game. They're really here to enjoy the scenery, speak with other people, whatever else I can make up, because this is not real and none of it is gonna actually happen. This is just the other half. I like this one more. More cozy, more nice. Definitely the lantern helps you with the red lighting or the orange lighting, make it much more warm. And this is it, pretty much. You can see that's the whole shebang. That's the Colosseum basically. Now I'm just showing you, and I fell down, yep. This is where I thought maybe I should cut this part off, but I said no, you should look at the behind the scenes. This is just basically the whole power. You can see the, whatever you call them, the speakers where you have the siren. You can only have 8. I wanted to have more, so I can have one for the like alarm and one for like background music, but you can't. 8 is the maximum, and you need like 10 to have good surround sound in this place. So from certain seats you can hear it just like kind of lightly. Now it's like the main thing I'm going to show you. It's the goals. When you put the ball, your balls, inside this, up there, it's gonna be light up. I was too bothered to try and get the balls inside again. I had a PTSD from trying this on stream. Now this is just to show you like the practical gameplay that's gonna be happening here. Just us running off of cactuses and cute animals, you know, the usual stuff. And that's pretty much it. This is how you exit. You go outside after you watch the match, whatever. I can modify it to make it like a PvP arena. You can add some buildings, close the goals. You can modify it to whatever you want basically. It's just a giant stadium you can use for whatever you want. I just wish Hello Games would make this game a bit, yeah, look, the spaceship, make this a bit easier to do like power things. It makes me want to play Minecraft. That's what I want to say basically. It makes me want to play Minecraft. That's it. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, thank you. If you didn't, well, you wasted your time. Keep yourself safe. See you in the next one. Bye bye.